It was a gray morning in Paris. The sky was heavy and hazy, as if it could no longer keep the world's secrets. The city's crowds hadn't woken up yet. As the Seine River flowed silently, a tall man wearing a hat was walking toward the bridge, unnoticed by anyone. His steps were slow but determined. The long trench coat he wore fluttered in the slight breeze that hit his face. No one recognized who he was. But if one were to look closely, they would know exactly who he was. It was Leonardo DiCaprio. Oscar awards, red carpets, applause, and the cheers of fans. These were his external world. But what about his inner world? Silence, emptiness, and an unanswered question had been echoing in his mind for years. Leonardo had a secret that went all the way back to his childhood. A secret known only to a few, but one no one ever spoke of. And this morning, he had arrived at the place where that secret had begun. The old bridge in Paris. When he was just 19, fresh into Hollywood, he had come to Paris for a film. During this time, he met a woman who would change his life forever. Her name was Eléa. She was French. She wasn't famous, nor was she eye-catching, but for Leonardo, she represented the first time in his life that he experienced a feeling where he wasn't playing a role. Eléa was with him not for the glitter, but because he was simply a human. When they were together, Leonardo wasn't a star. He was just Leo. But there was a tragic side to this love story. Eléa's heart was sick. Medically, her survival was a miracle. And she had hidden this from Leonardo. In the last autumn they spent together, Eléa suddenly disappeared. No letter, no message, no farewell. All Leonardo had left was emptiness. There was no information confirming her death, but there were no signs of her being alive either. And so, Leonardo had always carried a sense of what if. As the years went by, fame increased, movies came one after the other, but something was always missing. This morning, after 30 years, he was returning to the bridge where Eléa had disappeared. Inside him, there was a flutter, but neither hope nor fear. It was a confrontation, perhaps a silent goodbye. He stopped in the middle of the bridge. He looked at the river's waters. He took a deep breath. Then he took out an old, nearly torn letter from his pocket. This letter was the one Eléa had left in her bag just one day before she disappeared, and which Leonardo had found years later by accident. Leo, if you are reading these lines, it's time to tell you the truth. I never told you because I was afraid of losing you. But the truth is that my life isn't long. My heart, which grows fonder of you each day, is wearing out faster. But I want you to know this. This city will not be my grave. If one day I truly disappear, don't look for me, because I will always find you. His eyes froze on these words. Tears didn't fall, because this was no longer a mourning. It was the goodbye of what was left behind. But then, something unexpected happened. He heard a familiar voice from behind him. Leonardo? Time stopped. His body froze. He slowly turned around. A woman was standing in front of him. She was aged. Her face had lines, but her eyes, they shone just like when she was 19. It was Eléa. She was real, alive, a living, breathing dream. But how? Leonardo's mind was in chaos. You were alive? He asked, his voice trembling. Eléa nodded. I had to run. It wasn't my heart. It was my life that was in danger. I left everything to keep you safe. And I watched you in every movie, at every red carpet, every award speech. But now I'm tired of hiding. They didn't speak for a while. They just stood there, looking at each other. Perhaps words were no longer necessary, because some answers were in the eyes, hidden in the silence. That day, Leonardo DiCaprio did not leave Paris. He made no public statements. He didn't start a new film. Instead, he suddenly disappeared. His fans worried, theories were made. Some said he had gone into seclusion, some thought he had fallen ill. But the truth was a secret only those who knew that bridge and the woman he encountered there would ever understand. In today's Paris, on that same bridge, every year on the same day, a man and a woman are seen walking together early in the morning. No one can quite make out their faces, but most people say the man looks very much like Leonardo DiCaprio. Some love stories start in films, but they don't end there.